Hey, my friend, Barry Burns here with TopDogTrading.com, and today we're going to show you a very simple pattern. This is day trading for beginners, but you know what? Sometimes the simple things are the best. And this is a meta pattern that you can look for every single day based on very basic logic. So here it is, and just to let you know, these times down at the bottom of my chart, I live in Los Angeles, so these are California times, and this is based around lunchtime. So noon on the East Coast, New York, would be 9 a.m. here in California. So this is what we're looking for, is basically during lunchtime the markets tend to quiet down. And that can be anywhere in this zone, I find. It's about a 2-hour window. And of course, you got 1 hour would be your supposed literal lunchtime. But in real life, you know, people don't really get out for lunch and get back within an hour. Well, some places they do. But with big traders, they often are able to leave. Takes them time to get to the restaurant, order, get their food, get back. And by the way, each day is a little different. That's why I call this a meta pattern. So it's a basic pattern that you watch for every day. It's not going to repeat every day exactly like this. So this hour, roughly, and sometimes, by the way, people leave a little later for lunch. They won't leave right at noon, and other times they'll leave a little earlier and so forth. So anyway, this is the basic roughly 2-hour window. And it's rare, honestly, that the market starts moving again right at 10 o'clock California time, 1 o'clock Eastern time. I watch for this really within about this half hour. So this is, to me, pretty much the primo time. So 1:30 to 2 o'clock Eastern time, 10:30 to 1 o'clock California time. And so again, the basic pattern is in the morning, markets open up and you get some movement. And I've got a lot of friends who will just trade the first hour or two of the market and they're done for the day. And that's it. And that's okay. You get a lot of movement, a lot of volatility then. But let's face it, the markets do continue to move after that. But people eat lunch. So during lunch, the big traders usually turn their accounts over to their interns or whoever. And basically, they tell them to just do no harm. Right? Just maintain the status quo, make sure nothing bad happens, but don't take any big trades because they're not qualified to do that with their companies yet. And then the big players come back in after lunchtime and the market starts to move again. Again, does that happen every day? No, but this is a very easy, simple thing that you can watch for every single day. And here's a little bonus, if you get a nice increase in volume as we do here, then great, all the better. Something to watch for on this volume pattern, by the way, and let me just blow this up here to expand it even more. Notice that you see, okay, we get this big bar here, and we get that big volume bar, but really there's a little clue here on the one right before it, that we had minuscule volume before that, and then some big volume on this bar, but that's before the breakout, right? So if we take this high here and we bring it over into this zone, this bar is still inside of that sideways action during lunchtime, but we get some big volume coming in. So, and it's still before we break out of even of this high. So that would be an aggressive way. If you want to add a little bit of a more aggressive flavor to the trade, you can look for some volume coming in inside of that channel, inside of that narrow range movement. Again, that is more a little aggressive, but on the other hand, you're going to get an earlier entry, so when it does work out, your reward to risk ratio is better, you're getting before other people. And as you can see, you know, this bar, wow, really takes off in within one bar. Now, this is a 5-minute chart. There's no particular significance to using a 5-minute chart. I actually personally don't usually trade a 5-minute chart. I'm using this because I can get the whole day of price action on the screen at one time for you, just to show you the meta pattern. What time interval you want to trade? Well, that's your personal choice. That's up to you. Actually, I do have some articles about that on my blog, and they help you determine what are the best time intervals for your chart. If you're interested in that, send me an email, and I'll be happy to help you with that. Also, I do have a cycle indicator, which is a timing indicator, a market timing entry indicator, and I make that available for free. Well, actually, I do sell it, but I'll give it to you guys for free since you're my YouTube subscribers. And just send me an email, Barry@TopDogTrading.com, and I'll give you information on how to get that, because that is really powerful when to enter the market. Whether it's a breakout of lunch trade like this or any other trade is very, very important. Now, the previous example was with futures. That was the NQ, the NASDAQ 100 futures. So I thought I'd show you with the stock as well. Give you eBay here as an example. And same kind of thing. So here we go. We've got, let's mark the price first, or the time first, I'm sorry. So this is our 2-hour window here that we're looking at, and really, it is this last half hour that we're primarily looking for our move. All right, but we're giving a basic 2-hour extension for potential lunchtime. And during this time, the market comes down, goes back up, and here's where it consolidates, right? Really consolidates right in there. So this time it happens between 10:30 and 11. Again, right in the middle between that time, and they come back from lunch, and zounds, down she goes. So nice little breakout trade. Now, one thing I wanted to point out here is that, as I mentioned before, the volume is a bonus. You might assume that, okay, well, when the big guns come back from lunch, then the big volume is going to come back in. That's not always the case. Look here, we do not have big volume on that breakout. And so, as I said, the volume is actually a bonus. If you get it, great. But I wouldn't wait for it. I wouldn't use that as a criteria for the trade. If you want to, that's fine, and that would be a more conservative trade. And that's perfectly okay. If you want to be more conservative, just understand what you will be giving up, what you'll be sacrificing is you will be missing some otherwise good trades. And, well, if you want to do that, that's up to you. That's where trading becomes somewhat personal, how aggressive or conservative you want to apply your style in trading. But I have found that really, I personally don't wait for the volume, because a lot of times it doesn't come and we still get a really nice breakout. Or, hey, sometimes you just get a small breakout. You can lock in some profits pretty quickly, and if it doesn't make a big move in the afternoon, that's okay. You still make a little bit of money. And if you break even, well, that's okay too. But it's a pretty reliable trade. You can see the logic of it. Obviously, it's pretty simple. That's why this is titled Day Trading for Beginners. If you want some more advanced information, then I do encourage you to leave a nice review below. Give me a thumbs up. Nice comment would be great, but most importantly, I do have a trading course that I'm happy to share with you, and it's absolutely free. And this is a little more advanced, not for total beginners, but you know what? Even if you're a beginner, it's some pretty basic stuff. And I'm going to give you in that course one of my favorite trade strategies. It's called the rubber band trade. So you're going to get not only some great ideas for trading, but an actual trade strategy you can use that I use all the time. I trade this strategy pretty much every day. It's called the rubber band trade, and to get it, simply click on that image in the top right corner of the video, and I'll email it to you as soon as I receive your request.